up, guys? Want to know how to ask out a woman so she says yes and learn how to objection handle when she says no? Well, keep watching because in today's video, we're going to talk about how to invite a woman on a date with you using a TDL and why it's so important. What's up, guys? It's Emily, head coach and co-founder at emlovz.com, and in 2012, I went on a 100-date experiment. And since then, I've been helping my clients find love fast with my coaching and matchmaking programs. And every single client I work with, it's really, really important that we learn how to invite a woman on a date in a way that she says yes, or in a way that we're able to overcome the objection when she says no. And the key to doing this correctly is to use what I call a TDL. What is a TDL? So glad you asked. TDL stands for time, date, and location, and it is the information a woman needs in order to say yes or no to your date invitation. Too often I see people saying something like, we should hang out sometime, or you want to grab a coffee or a drink sometime. And the problem there is that you're not using a time, date, and location. So the woman really can't say yes or no in a way that's going to be meaningful or create a date on the calendar. So oftentimes what you see when this happens on a dating app or even in text message is that the woman either says yes or just doesn't respond at all. And even if she says yes, you still are going to have to figure out the time, day, and location. You don't want to put the ball in her court because that's going to throw her into her masculine. So what you want to do is give her the information she needs to tell you, yes, I would love to go with you, or no, I can't do that because I can't do that day, I can't do that time, or there's something wrong with the location. I don't like it, I can't get there. Whatever it is. That allows you to overcome her objections when she does say no, because she's going to tell you why. If you're casual and you say we should hang out sometime, even if she says yes, it doesn't put a date on your calendar, so it's really a waste of your time. The other problem with saying something like we should hang out sometime and being vague is, it throws her into her masculine, and now you're forcing her to make the plan, which is not normal for women. We usually don't do that. We'd like it if you make the plan, and then we can say yes or no to the plan. But it also does not give her a compelling reason to ever meet up with you. And if you're talking to a stranger on the internet who doesn't know you from Adam, and she's getting hit up by tons of men on these dating apps who are all inviting her to fun, exciting things, you are not going to stand out from the competition, and she's not going to say yes if she doesn't know why the location or activity is compelling. You might think, well, I just want her to like me for myself. Well, that's great, but the only way for her to know who you are is to actually get on a date with you and see if she likes you for you. And the way to do that is to create a once-in-a-lifetime sounding date that she can't say no to. A date idea that's so exciting and compelling to her that every other guy who has invited her on a date is no longer as exciting as your date idea is. So I get that you want her to like you for you, and that's so sweet and adorable, but it's just not the way that it works when you're meeting strangers from the internet. It's really more about speaking about the date as if it's such a special opportunity. She'll never have that opportunity again if she says no. That way she's compelled to say yes, she's compelled to actually show up and not flake on you. And she's gonna talk herself into it rather than talking herself out of meeting up with a stranger from the internet, because in case you don't know, it's quite dangerous for us to do that as women. I know for men it's not so dangerous, but you listen to enough crime shows and you know, it's not the safest thing to do the internet dating thing, so we need to make certain that you are not a killer, and oftentimes what we'll do is we'll start talking ourselves out of actually meeting up with you. That's why women flake and ghost when they've said yes to a date, or why they don't respond when you say we should hang out sometime, because they don't know what you mean, and they don't know whether you're talking about, hey, let's meet up and go kick puppies, or hey, let's meet up and jump on this boat and have this epic experience that you won't have with anyone else. She doesn't know, and she doesn't know you, and therefore you need to make your TDL, well, first you need to give her the TDL, and you also need to make it sound like it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So, if you want more help on this, this is something that I teach in my coaching program in depth, because it's not just about a time, date, and location. It's also so important that you learn how to frame your TDL in a way that sounds super compelling to her. And that is an art and a science in itself. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to spend a lot of money. In fact, I encourage my clients not to spend over $10 on a date at all, but it is something where you want to make your date sound super, super special. So you want to think about the value add of the location. What is so special about this location that you're suggesting she meet you at? And why do you think that she would be compelled by that idea? You really want to think through this. Even when you first start messaging, the first message you send to a woman, you should already have in the back of your mind the TDL that you want to invite her on and the value add of that location. Make it sound like it's really special. Even if you live in like the middle of nowhere and all you have is a Starbucks, you can make it sound compelling. Let me give you an example. So rather than saying, we should meet up for a cup of coffee sometime, you want to say something about the location and give her a time and day that you're going to go. So to spice up Starbucks, which by the way sounds super generic, like anybody could go to Starbucks anytime, anywhere, you want to make the location that you're talking about super special. So you might say something like this: did you know Starbucks has a secret menu? Or you could even frame it like, did you know this particular Starbucks has a secret menu? And then maybe you mention the specific drink name. You can Google it, by the way. There is a secret Starbucks menu. And so maybe you have the Harry Potter drink or the unicorn drink or the Skittles drink or whatever it is. But framing it as this is something special and secret not everybody knows about already starts making it sound like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Then, as an example, you take the menu item that sounds really epic, and instead of saying you can get it anytime, you frame it so that it sounds like it's only available on that one specific day, at that one specific time, in that one specific location. So you might say, they're serving the special unicorn cocktail. I don't know the name of it. There's a bunch of different secret menu items. Saturday at 2. Want to join me for a taste test? Now you framed it in a way that sounds like it is not always available. So this is the same principles that people use in sales and marketing. When they say supplies are limited or only while supplies last or 48-hour sale, that's a time-sensitive deadline they're giving you to create demand. They want more people to be interested. They want more people to buy. You're doing the exact same thing with your date when you say this is available on this day at this time. Now you're not lying if you do that, if you use a menu item and you make it sound like it's only available then, as long as you don't say it's only available then. So say something like, they're serving the Polyjuice potion at Starbucks on La Brea Saturday at 2 p.m. Want to join me for a taste test? Now you've given this woman a really creative picture in her mind where she's going to get to have this experience that she wouldn't get to have otherwise unless she was going with you on that one day at that one time. So right off the bat, you're making it sound super compelling and much more interesting than what every other guy is doing when they say, well, let's meet for a drink or happy hour, blah, blah, blah. You're being interesting. You're giving her a reason to meet you that is different, that separates you from your competitors. Now she's going to want to say yes. But even if she says no, you can still overcome the objection, because when you use a time, date, location, a TDL, she's going to tell you why she can't do it if she says no. So no doesn't mean no to you. It means no, I can't do that time. No, I can't do that location. Or no, I can't do that day. In which case, all you have to do is change the time, the date, or the location in order to overcome the objection. So let's say you say, hey, they're serving this special Polyjuice drink at Starbucks on La Brea Saturday at 2 p.m. Want to join me? And she says, oh, I'd love to, but I'm going out of town this weekend. Now you can overcome her objection by simply saying, well, why don't we do Tuesday at 3? And that way you can overcome it. If she still says no, you try it again. Try at least 3 times before you stop asking and before you say something like, okay, when are you available? You want to be in control of this entire thing. You don't want to put the ball in her court when you say we should meet up sometime and then make her have to make the decision, because she's just not going to do that. It's a masculine role. She wants you to demonstrate leadership by coming up with the date idea, and she wants you to make it so compelling that she couldn't possibly say no. So that's really what you want to do when you're inviting a woman on a date. You want to make it sound so epic, so special, that if she says no, she will never get this opportunity again. And just in case you're watching this close to when I post it, something really fun that you can do that sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the World Dog Surfing Championships. I want to say they're in October, they're online, and it only happens one day out of the year. So you could start with something like, have you ever seen the Dog Surfing Championships? Yeah, they usually do it in Pacifica once a year, but now because of COVID, they're actually doing it online. want to join me for, like, I don't know, a watch fest or something. Anyway, you can use events and menu items and these types of things to make your TDL sound like it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to paint a picture in her mind about the value add of your location or activity so that she couldn't possibly say no. And the more you practice this skill, the more it's going to become second nature, so that when you do invite women on dates, they all want to say yes to you, and now your calendar is full of dates with amazing women doing incredible things that you wouldn't have normally done. And then, you know, you're basically in the process of mega dating and you're working to find the right person for you. But using a TDL to invite a woman on a date is the most effective tool that you can use to get her to say yes and to be able to overcome her objections if she's not able to do that time, day, or location. Remember, no does not mean no to you necessarily. It just means no to the time, the day, or the location, which you can easily overcome simply by changing whatever the element is that she objected to. I hope this video was helpful. If you liked it, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment in the comments below. You can also follow us on social media to keep up to date with all of the latest and greatest. That wraps up this video. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.